Hey there, Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing Systems and Diane'sDozen.com. Welcome to Thursday's Tidbit. So I was at the gym the other day and I'm working out, lifting weights, and all of a sudden in the middle of a set, I stopped and I realized, Diane, you are everywhere but here. You are, as my dad used to say, you are going through the motions. Like you're lifting, but you're not like present. You're not concentrating on the muscle groups. You're not, making sure that you're going slow on the negative part of the lift or the eccentric part of the lift. You're somewhere other than here. Like, my body was physically on the machine and doing the work, but I was just going through the motions, and it made me stop for a minute. And I sat there for a couple of minutes in between sets, and I thought, you know what? I'm doing that in a lot of aspects in my life and business right now. And so I started thinking about, and because I became aware of it, I'm like, okay, now I'm in the gym, right? Now I'm in the workout. Now I'm paying attention. But I think it's easy sometimes when you've been around for a while and you've been doing something for a long time. Like I've been going to the gym and lifting weights since I was in college, actually in high school. And that was a long time ago. And so, it becomes routine. Now I switch up what I'm doing at the gym, but to some degree, it's routine. To some degree, after 30 years in business, it's routine, but it can't be, right? And so I started to think about, and I'm hoping that this lesson will help you and help you think about these things, which is why I'm sharing this story. I started to think about, when am I most present? When am I most like where I am? And, one of the times is when I'm with kids, when I'm with my nieces and nephews, like I am there with them 100%, doing on the floor, on the, let's do this, let's do that. And so that'll tell you a little bit of something. If you follow me at all, one of the things I say is follow your actions, right? Forget about all this passion and purpose and all that. Follow your actions. And so as I started to think about that, I really started to think about where I've been in my business. And I've been in business a long time, and I kind of have been doing that. And so I just want to help you, hopefully, with some of the signs maybe that you're doing this, right? Are you vegging out in front of the TV for hours and hours, right? Are you cutting your work days short? Are you thinking about everything but whatever it is that you're doing, whether it's business or with your kids or in a workout at a gym or whatever it is, right? And I think sometimes just being cognizant, just bringing the attention back to, hey, where am I? Where's my head? And it's easy to be fully present where you are. Like right now, I'm fully present. There's nothing else happening. There's nothing else around me that is going to draw my attention from this. And so I would just look at, have you changed habits, right? Did you used to read and now you're doing something else? What are the things that you're doing to grow? I often say when you stop growing in your life and in your business, a little bit of you dies. And I believe that's true. So, what book do you need to pick up? What motivational quote do you need to look at? What person do you need to listen to speak for a little bit to bring you back into that piece of, hey, I'm here. I'm always 100% present when I'm with clients, when I'm talking to clients, when we're masterminding, when I'm teaching, when I'm lecturing. And so part of what, for me, it tells me when I feel like I'm not present where I should be in my business is that I'm doing things I shouldn't be doing. I'm doing things outside of my unique ability or my best things. And so that's what that tells me a lot of times. And look, there's nothing wrong with taking a day once in a while and sitting around and binging on Netflix or whatever it is that you do, right? Going out and walking in nature or taking time off. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is, don't just go through the motions. I remember hearing my dad use those words. You're just going through the motions, right? When it was a sport kind of thing, instead of being present. And I found myself doing that at the gym. And so it just sparked in me, like somebody probably else is doing that and needs to hear this. So hopefully those tips helped you and maybe brought a little bit of something to your attention. If you have questions, if I can help you, reach out, let me know. Otherwise, make it an amazing Thursday and have an amazing weekend. and I will see you back here next week, sometime on Thursday, for another Thursday's Tidbit. I'm Diane Conklin with Complete Marketing System and Diane's Dozen. Make it a great day.